Fazza's secret confession. My heart was made for the older queen. The night air over, Dubai carried a strange stillness, one that even the crown prince, Sheikh Hamdan, could feel deep in his bones. The Burj Khalifa shimmered behind him, like a silent witness as he stood on the private terrace of Zabil Palace, staring at the city that never truly slept. Yet tonight, his heart beat as if it were hiding something the entire world was not ready to hear. For months, rumors had circulated. Whispers of a mysterious older woman, the one who had somehow captured the attention of Dubai's most written-about royal. Everyone wanted to know who she was. Everyone wanted to believe they knew the truth. But in reality, only one person knew it all, Fazza himself. And tonight he was done hiding. As he waited in the quiet glow of lanterns, he replayed every moment that had led him to this night. A single memory rose above all the others. The moment he first saw her, she had not been dressed like royalty. She wasn't seeking attention, nor trying to impress anyone. She was simply herself, graceful, intelligent, composed, carrying an invisible crown of experience and a beauty that only time could carve. She was older, yes, but to him she wasn't older. She was timeless. He had watched her from across a gallery event, her eyes lingering on a painting of a desert falcon. She seemed lost in a world only she understood. That was when something shifted inside him, something he could never explain to anyone, not even to himself. He approached her that night with the same gentle confidence he carried everywhere, but the moment she looked at him, his entire world felt bare. She spoke with elegance, without nervousness or desire to impress. And that was what made her different. That was what made her unforgettable. Since then, he had met her in stolen pockets of time, quiet conversations in hidden gardens, late evening coffee in the royal library, moments where their words felt like poetry and their silences felt like promises. But she never believed his feelings. "You are a crown prince," she would say softly. "You belong to a world I do not fit in." Every time she said it, her eyes betrayed the truth. There was affection, deep, reluctant, scared. She feared the world. She feared the whispers. She feared the difference in age that everyone else would notice. But he feared only one thing, losing her. Tonight he had decided he would no longer let fear decide the course of his heart. The doors behind him opened quietly. Footsteps, soft, hesitant, approached the terrace. He didn't need to turn around. His heart already knew it was her. She stepped into the golden glow of lanterns, her face half lit, half shadowed, like a secret the night didn't want to reveal. "You asked me to come," she said, her voice steady, though he could hear the unspoken questions in it. He finally turned toward her, his expression gentler than the moonlight. The silence that followed her soft confession, "I'm still here, aren't I?" wrapped itself around them like a fragile promise. It wasn't a declaration of love, not yet, but it was the first door she had ever left open for him. And for Fazza, that was everything. He exhaled slowly, as if releasing months of silence, restraint, and fear. "Then stay," he whispered. Not as a prince issuing a request, but as a man terrified of losing the one thing he had never expected to find. She lowered her gaze. "I stayed tonight," she said carefully. "But I don't know for how long." "Long enough," he murmured, "for me to change your mind." Her lips curved into the faintest smile, one that revealed both her softness and her struggle. She had not come here to fall into a fairy tale. Life had taught her that the world was rarely kind to stories like theirs. But the way he looked at her, so certain, so steady, made her want to believe in something impossible. He guided her to the carved marble bench on the terrace, the lanterns painting their shadows across the floor. "Sit with me," he said gently. She hesitated but joined him. The city lights stretched below them, glowing like stars that had fallen to earth. For a moment neither spoke. The silence felt intimate, not empty. A silence that only two people who understood each other could share. "You know," she said quietly, "I never imagined my life crossing paths with yours. You are everything the world watches. And I am just—" "Don't say it," he interrupted softly. "Don't belittle your worth." She sighed. "I'm being realistic." "No," he said firmly. "You're being afraid." Her breath caught. He wasn't wrong. Fear had been her shield for years. Fear of whispers, of judgment, of being the reason someone else suffered. But beneath all that fear was something she had never admitted aloud. She cared for him, and caring made her vulnerable. "Hamdan," she whispered, "if I let myself have feelings for you, what then? What happens if the world finds out?" "Then let them find out," he replied calmly. "I'm not ashamed of loving someone with depth and grace." Her heart stuttered. "You keep using the word love." "Because I am not pretending anymore." She looked at him sharply. The word hung between them, heavy, dangerous, beautiful. "Don't say it if you don't mean it," she said, her voice trembling. He turned toward her, his eyes unwavering. "I have meant it from the beginning. I was just too afraid you'd walk away." The honesty struck her like a warm wave, disarming, overwhelming. "You think this is easy for me?" She whispered. "Do you know how much criticism women face? How quickly people judge when a man chooses someone older? I'll be labeled names you don't deserve to be associated with. I can handle the world," he said gently. "But losing you, that I cannot handle." She closed her eyes. Because in that moment she understood. This wasn't a man chasing a fantasy. This was a man fighting for his truth. When she opened her eyes, for a long moment she didn't respond. Her silence was not rejection. It was shock, disbelief. A fragile heart suddenly exposed to a truth too powerful to hold. She looked at him as though he had spoken a language she had waited her whole life to hear but never imagined would be addressed to her. "Hamdan," she whispered finally, using his name in a way only very few dared to. "You don't understand what you're saying." "I understand perfectly," he replied. She lifted her eyes to the city lights stretching below them. "You are a prince. Your life is not your own. Every emotion you feel echoes through the entire world. I am not someone they will accept. I am not young. I am not—" He gently touched her hand, stopping her. "Do not take away what is mine to give." She swallowed, her breath unsteady. His touch was warm, too honest. And honesty was what frightened her the most. "I don't want to be your scandal," she whispered. "I don't want to be the story they twist. I don't want to be the reason your family—" "My family," he said softly, "will learn what my heart has already learned, what I cannot unlearn." She looked at him, searching for doubt, weakness, hesitation. But there was none. His gaze held only a fierce calm, a steady decision. You think age matters to me? He continued. It does not diminish you. It deepens you. It doesn't scare me. It grounds me. You call yourself older, yet I see someone wiser, stronger, someone who carries the worlds she's survived. Her breath trembled again, this time not from fear, but from the unfamiliar feeling of being deeply seen. I didn't come here tonight to convince you, he said. I came because I am tired of living half a life. A breeze passed between them, scattering the lantern flames. She felt the world shift under her feet. Still, a part of her remained bound by questions. What about the world? She asked, her voice barely more than a whisper. They will speak. They will point. They will call me names. They will judge us. He stepped closer. So close she could hear the calm, steady rhythm of his heartbeat. Then let them speak, he answered. They have spoken all my life, but they have never lived my heart. They do not get to choose what I love. Her eyes glistened, not with weakness, but with a lifetime of unspoken fears, melting under the sincerity of a man who refused to let her run. You're asking me to believe in something impossible, she said. No, he replied gently. I'm asking you to believe in something real. She looked away because looking at him made her heart betray her. She had built walls, years high, experience thick, carefully guarded. Yet tonight, with just a few words, he was breaking through every one of them. Fazza, she whispered, I don't know how to be part of your world. Then let me be part of yours, he said. Or let us create a new one together, one where we do not owe explanations to anyone. The sincerity of his voice struck something deep inside her, something